Yeah, there you go, friends. Hey, Doc South on a day. This December 2020, we're about a week or so away from Christmas now, maybe a week and a day, something like that. And we have, I guess, a blizzard coming through. At least it sounds like it's going to be pretty wild. Whether it's a blizzard, I don't know, but it's a big storm and it's a coming. In fact, it's kind of outside. I went outside on the back deck. You remember the back deck, the deck we're not going to see till it warms up, right? it's there's like a like little like semi-frozen droplets hitting you right in the kisser when you go out there right now, here in the Port Murray, New Jersey area, and and I guess there's way more to come. We ain't seen nothing yet, and I remember that was the kind of snow when I was a kid. When I was like 10, 11, 12 years old, we would get this snow like this quite often in the town I grew up in, Chester, New Jersey. And you know what they used to do, and you don't see this much anymore. I guess you must see it else in different places, but I have not really noticed. But they used to put up what was called snow fences, where there was an area where wind would blow, the prevailing wind would blow the snow onto the highway. But what they used to do is they'd build these, they like sometime in the fall, they would install these or erect these fences that were made of like wood slats held together loosely by wire that just held them in place. And you'd have a slat about this big, and then on either side, airspace there and there. Okay, so you got slat, airspace, airspace. Okay. And these would stretch across maybe an empty part of a field. And this would be on the side of the highway where the prevailing wind would be coming from. And usually these fences would be put up about 75 feet or so, give or take, from the highway itself. And the idea was drifting snow would hit that fence and it would go through the fence, but it would lose its speed and fall and deposit itself on the ground before it could deposit itself on the road, on the highway. Snow fence. And usually this snow, the snow that went through the snow fence process and landed, on someone's lawn or the edge of their field would be very hard snow. And again, there'd be a little less blowing onto the highway, a little less for the guys with the plows to have to worry about. Well, this was all well and good, and I know as kids we used to like looking at it. There'd sometimes be like little overhangs of snow, and you'd kind of go sit under them, and one of your friends would throw a snowball at the overhang or a dirt bomb if he could find one, and it would fall on you, and then there'd be a big snowball fight over that. And it was like that. We would have fun with these things. We were easy to please. Well, one February, let's say, I don't know. But one year, there had been a really wild storm. It laid down, and the wind was howling out of the northwest, and going right through this snow fence, right between my parents' house and the neighbor's gas station. Old Mr. Serby had a gas station next door. And so there was about I'd say 150-yard area between his gas station, my parents' house, where a snow fence was needed. And the way this snow was kind of partly molten, it was damp snow, and it would go through the fence, it landed, and then it would get colder, and eventually it was like a big snow boulder, but it was big. It was like 4 feet high, 5 feet high, and maybe say 50 feet wide, and maybe 100 100 to 150 feet long. It was this like giant brick, a mountain of snow. And I mean a mountain. We could walk on it without falling in. Yeah, that's what was so cool about it. And yeah, I don't know if you ever walked on snow, and this was without snowshoes or anything. We're just putzing around, running. We're sliding off the thing because, of course, it would slope to the ground eventually, and we'd be sliding on it and laughing. Mr. Serby would be, "What are you kids doing?" And he's acting like we're causing trouble. Oh, we weren't, and he knew it. But he's just. In fact, he came out, I think, and he was never one to not give it a try. If he saw kids having fun, well, darn, he went for it too. So he's up there sliding on the snow too, between gas customers, and then we realized, I don't know, I don't know which kid, but one of my friends, or maybe me, it's so long ago, who knows? We went and got a shovel out of my father's chicken coop, a nice spade, long-handled shovel, and we busted through the top of one area on this big, well, basically drift of snow, this dune, ice dune, I guess be the best way to call it. And we found that the ice was actually about 6 or 7 inches thick, but under that, it was snow, and you could actually, scoop it with your hands. Well, that's all we needed to see. Yeah, our little heads got to go, and school was out school was called, canceled for the day, maybe for a couple days, the way this snow was. And we dug an initial opening and dug out the loose snow, and then we started spreading out with various tunnels and such all through this thing. Probably dangerous as heck if a little kid got in there. We tested to see that if we got caught in a cave-in, could we get out? Could we break through the block of ice? Most of the time we could. So we figured, well, that's safe enough. Our buddies will come save us. Uh-huh. And so we started making this cavern within the snowdrift, digging and crawling and shoveling. We'd put snow in a bucket and pull the bucket to the top with a rope and throw that. And then we'd make other portholes, emergency escape routes and hatches. And we were having the best darn time. We tried to make one where the hatch would actually, the hard snow could fit as a plug over one of the holes. And then we'd have a real attack hole. And of course, the purpose there was we made a whole bunch of snowballs, and we'd pretend like no one was there. We'd be under the cover or covers, and we'd lift them up and off to one side, and there'd be Mr. Serby tending to someone's gas order, and we'd hit them with snowballs, and then we'd pop the thing back down real quick, and he'd look around. Who the heck is you? And of course, he was no stranger to explicatives, and we was kind of sore at us for hitting him, and his customer's car too. You can imagine, but he couldn't see us, and we were having the best darn time with that fort. And on a nice day, some of the light would go through the snow, so it wasn't pitch dark like you were in a dirt tunnel. It was kind of cool, to tell you the truth. And it stayed like that. It would get a little warm, the ice would melt a little, but then the cold would set in, and the wall was even thicker, and it was probably dangerous as heck. But none near as we know, no one's cold dead skeletal remains was found, when the snow melted in May. Although that year it might have melted in June finally. And we had the best darn time. I don't know if Mr. Serby always had the best darn time. We eventually got a tunnel that got pretty close to him. And I seem to remember he was a little sore getting hit in the shin, the calf with an ice ball. And I think he ran up onto the, where he thought that hole was, the attack hole, and he jumped up and down on it and went up to a little between his knees and his belt with the with the resulting fall. It was a little sore, but not too bad. And it was we had a. I'll tell you the truth. It didn't take much to keep us happy back in those days. I'm just saying, it's pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, definite Lord's Prayer moment for Mr. Serby. Oh, how he suffered at our hands. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. I should maybe say that twice, being the rotten kids were. Deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. We weren't delivered that well back in those days. I think God would understand. So those kids are having a ball. Come on, Serby, buck up. You know, throw a few back. That's all. The kids will get the idea. We were monsters. But that was one really good snow formation. I've never seen anything like it since. No, no, maybe it's gotten too warm for that kind of thing. I don't know, but it was pretty cool. And I don't think people. I guess some places they do snow fences, but not that many. Not that many. Anyway, friends, God bless. We'll see you later. Thank you, and let's hope this storm ain't too bad. That would be nice. Catch you later. Bye now.